So how do you manage a club that's top of the table? Do you come into training and get on their case to remind them, or are you quite open and keep the laughter going? What's the dynamic when you come to top of the table? What's your dynamic?
They're not the only two options, you know. It's not jokes and giggles or me coming in throwing my significant weight around. I'm the same, mate. Doesn't matter, you know. I'm hoping that when people see me, they don't know where we are, what position we are, you know. And like I said, yeah, at Celtic, you know, we were on top for a very long time. But you know, at the beginning when we were on top, you know, I don't think people saw anything different in my demeanour, and I don't think they will. I think it's one thing I do. It's not about sort of staying, you know, kind of level-headed or getting carried away with either thing. It's just that, you know, my role in that context is to be the one thing that people can sort of rely upon to be consistent in that I have one objective all the time, is how can we be better? And when that's your objective, it doesn't really matter where you are on the table or kind of, you know, what the outside noise may or may not be doing. It's about, you know, the players and the staff and everyone involved with the football club, you know, looking at me and saying that, you know what, I come in every day. The one thing I do is I come in every day buzzing about doing what I'm doing, and you know, that's the kind of demeanour I have, you know, consistently.
On a light-hearted note, after the Luton win, Islands in the Stream by Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers are being heard from the dressing room. They even played the song after the Tannoy against the Fulham match. Is that becoming a prominent song in the dressing room? And who is the DJ?
Oh, mate, that's well, I've got no idea, and I stay out of the dressing room partly because of the music choices of the players, and you know, most clubs want to turn their grounds into a fortress. Ours is becoming a nightclub, mate, and I'm all for it. Whatever makes people happy, that's fine. I've got no idea, mate. No idea, mate. You know, is it even called a DJ these days, mate? Who knows? No, so I think you're on my boat, so we'd stay away from that subject.
Gary.
Can I ask you about Vicario, Ange? You find when goalkeepers come from abroad, they might struggle, and even though they move clubs, they can struggle. Why has he had such a different start to maybe other goalkeepers who have moved to this country or moved clubs, and why does he seem so good, he's no good saves? What's been the difference with him, do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. Hard for me to say. Again, I've never sort of I just sometimes think we stereotype people, and I've certainly been one that's tried to break that kind of notion that because a certain player or certain individuals come from a certain place, they're going to struggle. I think they're all individuals, you know, and that's why I've always recruited from different parts of the world and not worried about them. I mean, again, you know, my Celtic experience of people saying, well, players from Japan will find it hard to adjust, and because I don't look at it as a player from Japan. I don't look at Vic as a goalkeeper from Italy. I saw Vic as a person, as a goalkeeper who I thought had outstanding attributes. And after speaking to him, just as a person who I go, he's going to fit in perfectly, because he didn't come here, you know, he hasn't come here trying to prove a point. He's just come here to be the best goalkeeper he can possibly be. And he comes in every day wanting to improve, you know, he's got great self-belief, but at the same time, humility around him, that he wants to work hard every day. You know, he's in here every day. If we have a day off, Vic's the one player that's still coming in every day to do something. And when you have people like that, coupled with his attributes as a goalkeeper, then I think they give themselves a good chance to be successful and to fit in, you know, comfortably. And I think it's a great environment for him. You know, Rob Birchie, our goalkeeping coach, he's got a great relationship with him. That's important, I think, for that position, because that's probably the one position where, you know, that one-on-one relationship with a goalkeeping coach is important. And to be honest, that was the one question that Vic asked me before he signed, you know, who a goalkeeping coach was going to be, because he knew that was going to be important. And I think Rob's created a great environment. You know, I've said before, you know, Vic's got the fortune of training with guys like Fraser. He's just unbelievable at training. His attitude, his work ethic, his quality, you know, I think raises, you know, Vic's quality as well. We've got, you know, young Brandon Austin who's also improving all the time, and then he's got literally a legend of the club and one of the greatest goalkeepers ever beside him as well. So it's a great environment for him. But a lot of it's driven by him wanting to be better. And like I said, so I don't, you know, when we signed him, I wasn't looking, you know, it's a risk because he's a foreign goalkeeper. I just don't look at it that way. I just look at it, well, okay, he's a person that I think was going to fit in really well with us.
Was there a moment where you could see him just getting a lot of confidence, maybe for the save or something he did? You know, 'cause some goalkeepers, they maybe miss something and you could see the confidence slip away. Was there a moment like a training or a game you thought?
No, like, again, I think it was really important for us. I think Vic was a kind of first one. It was kind of my priority when it came. I said, if we're going to sign a keeper, we need to do it early. You know, we need to get him in pre-season. We need to say those kind of things. You know, I think it was the West Ham game or the pre-season where, you know, we conceded a couple of goals. He didn't really have any saves to make, and, you know, to build confidence for goalkeepers, you want to make saves, and you kind of. But he worked through that process because we went through the whole of pre-season with him, and I think that was really important for us. I think it would have been more of a challenge for him if we signed him on the eve of the season, you know. And you know, the club was great in ensuring we got him in early, and like I said, was the one thing I'm impressed. And I think that helped us.
Adrian?
Ange, I just want to go back to what you said earlier on about your hope that when people see you, they don't know where you are, where your team are in the league. Obviously, because you've had so much, you've had success in your career, dealt plenty of times with managing expectations. When does that side of you change? Is there a point when somebody might look at you and be able to go,
Nah, I don't think so, mate. It's just the way I am. I get so much satisfaction from what I do. I really enjoy what I do. Like on a daily basis, there isn't a day I don't get up and not looking forward to the day ahead. That, there's no other levels of sort of satisfaction in me to get. Like, that's it. You know, I'm buzzing to do what I do. So there's no time. And like I said, within that context, I also understand that I have a real big responsibility to lead in you know, an organisation, players, staff, people, to what I hope will be a successful place. And there's got to be some reliability there in what they see and what they feel with me, you know. And so some of it is conscious, but the other bit's just, look, I'm not skipping about the place, but I'm really happy, mate. You know, I love what I do, you know, so I don't, you know, but so, you know, just because, like I said, it's just the way I am, but I'm very, very happy.
What about when a goal that you're chasing is achieved?
Yeah.
How does that
Just,
show you?
again, it's just enormous, you know, pride and satisfaction that we've, you know, because the great bit about the end bit, the success, is not what it does for me, it's what it does for others. And that's where it gives you the buzz, because you look around and, like I said, you know, where I have had success, it's usually come off the back of, you know, prolonged periods of no success, and a lot of people have suffered through that, and then you see them enjoy that, and that's where you get the buzz. So, you know, for me, it's not what it does to me personally, it's what it does to others, and that's a great motivator, because you want to do that more and more in your career. So, so that's kind of the way I deal with it.
Okay, Paul, and then finish with Dan, please.
Do you think you've raised expectations a little around the club with this start that you've had? Because that's a challenge in itself sometimes.
It just depends. I mean, I didn't come here to not be successful. So, and I think, you know, this football club has all the, you know, fundamentals to be a successful football club. So the expectations should be there. And I think part of the reason why, you know, there's been this real desperation for a trophy here is because they feel like that's the space they should be in. So that is the expectations. That's the reality of it. So, but again, it's not what drives me. I mean, what drives me is not raising expectations or dampening expectation. What drives me is trying to build something that will realise the aspirations that, you know, this football club has in this particular moment, you know, while I'm here. So, what that does in terms of people's perceptions, not something that kind of concerns me too much. But this is a big club, and it should be in a position to challenge for trophies every year, in my opinion.
Obviously, it's early and fans can dream even at this point. At what stage of the season would you say you'd be comfortable saying, oh, Spurs are now in the title race?
Look, if we're in this position, sort of around 36, 37, you know, I might look at the subject. We'll have a look, yeah. So see how we go.
Dan, for 12 o'clock tomorrow, please.